Back again. Recent finds 2. I showed the most recent ones from the festival and some second-hand flea market stuff. I'm way behind on this. Sorry about that, but yeah. Now with some other finds. I went to a market a while ago and I found some stuff there. Also some finds that 2 online a while back, and the other ones I bought at a sale at the local record shop. But first of all, we are playing this Survival, Bob Marley and the Wailers, of course. My first copy of this. It smells old cellar or old barn, because this was a find at the market, summer market here nearby. So I went there with my partner, just having a good time. It was a sunny day. Found a couple of records, and this was $1, so €1. I didn't have this album at all in any format, so was really happy about this. The vinyl is brand new. It didn't look very good because, as I said, this dude was selling this. It was his father-in-law's records, and they'd been standing in a barn for so many years. They didn't have any turntable. Finally, he was selling these together with lots of old furniture and stuff. So it was so damn dirty. The cover wasn't as dirty, but the vinyl was really dirty. But I cleaned all of this up. Plays great sounding. Great label on this one as well. But yeah, it's playing up there, so I can't show it. But really happy to have this. This together with Kai, I believe, is so far my favorite, but I don't have a complete collection of Bob Marley stuff yet. As I said before, my reggae section isn't huge yet, but it will be sometime when I'm 70. Really cool to have this. Some other stuff. This is my second copy of Escape from New York. The soundtrack, of course, from John Carpenter's movie with Kurt Russell. John Carpenter has done the music together with Alan Howarth, and this is a Swedish pressing, but weirdly enough it's a bit worn. You can see the cover here, but weirdly enough it's not the same label. This is a black Hot Ice label. The other one I saw, I have a white label, but totally different design. But I'm keeping this. The cover is pretty worn. The vinyl is really good, but yeah, the sound quality on these ones are great. So I'm keeping this great soundtrack. I like the movie, but I even like the soundtrack more. And I really like John Carpenter, so really cool. That was, I believe, $1 too. 2 others that I found from his barn, his father-in-law's barn. Really cool. You know, you guys who saw a tape video from me know I found this on tape for $5. Double that, I found this on vinyl. Max Wing Records. I den svenska arbetarklassens historia, vi är årtusenden. Tältprojekt, tältorkestern, whatever. Musical theater, left wing, about the working class, Swedish. Recorded in 77 in Borlänge, Östersund, Örnsköldsvik. Really cool. I don't see this record a lot, but most of all, this was really smelly and quite a bit wet, you know. But I cleaned it up. It still smells a bit like old cellar or so, like the 70s records do sometimes. But yeah, it's not wet anymore. This is Nordiska atommarschen, Barsebäck, 10 september 1977. This is Barsebäck is one of the nuclear plants here in Sweden. And this is not pro that, but against that. So this is information about that. So very cool to have this. I still remember growing up in the 80s, the different sides to sides that were pro and against nuclear plants and nuclear energy. So I remember that very much, even though that was in the 70s. So really nice. And also has this Rook Claps, really cool, as the tape don't have it, with all the lyrics you can sing along. And that's a picture there from one of the shows, some of their makeup down there. So this is, I say it's a bit of Swedish culture history. Here's some very cool kind of commercial for the other releases. I actually have that one. It's a Swedish funk, believe it or not, softgruppen. Very weird. But in Nationalteatern there as well. Nacksving label. It's kind of a purple label there. You guys who like the Swedish record labels. Quite a popular label for the prog stuff. Together with Silence. That had more cosmic stuff. So really nice to have all the extra stuff with that record, and it looks brand new also. I love this cover. Look closely. That pig shrimp stuff, style, kritcha there. Really fascinating, but yeah, I like this part a lot with the roots going down. Such a brilliant cover. I've seen this record before at the shop, but it was a bit more pricey, and now it was only $1. So I took a chance on this, based solely on the cover. This was also so dirty, but I cleaned it up. Had to clean all of these albums before I played them, and this, as you can see by the glossy, looks brand new when I cleaned off all the dirt from it. Plays brilliantly. This was released on RSO Records in 74, and this is kind of proggish, hard rockish. It's, first of all, it's very keyboard driven, but then brilliant guitar solos all over the record, and yeah, I really love this one. So I'm so happy I finally grabbed a copy, as that cover drew me in. So this is Ross. You can almost not get any information of this, but the songs are composed, written and arranged by Alan Ross, so almost a bit of a solo album, but not. Really cool photos as well. But if you see this, and it's if you're looking for some hard rock but kind of proggish, but lots of guitar solos, but very keyboard oriented, but in a good way. It's not too soft. Really good. Quite good melodies as well, and quite good song. Okay, Call Me Cheesy. Picked up. This is actually my second copy. Not second copy, but my first Shakti, but I have another one I bought as well, but this I found at a flea market. These are so inexpensive here, but I quite liked, when I was little, I quite liked her 80s stuff. You know, I saw Smooth Operator on MTV and liked that video. I like, this is cheesy, but a bit romantic. Sometimes good to listen to. It's still good musically, and she has a really good voice. So, promise. I think it's one of her better albums. I haven't heard all, but I like the two I have. I will show the other one another time. Hey! Here comes a cat. So I have to say hey. Okay, some other stuff I found at the local shop. Had a sale before it was summertime here. And I don't usually buy locks there because it's a bit overpriced sometimes, and I tend to buy either from a friend's record shop, or most of the time, you know, I go thrift shopping. Trying to go to a lot of flea markets and stuff, but I had to get some stuff. It was 40% off or half off. I think it was 40%. I had no idea. I was just going to pop in there and check out a record, but I was lucky there. So didn't cost me much. Actually, I had some records. I picked out a couple of records that I didn't have any use for. I didn't really like the stuff. Those were stuff I had chanced on because they were inexpensive. Didn't really enjoy it, and some of them I didn't want to send out at as VCLT, and some of them I had asked a couple of persons if they were interested, but they already had it or were not interested. So it wasn't something I wanted to send out to people, and some for me, quite bad metal actually. So I traded that in for this pile. Luckily I managed to persuade the owner to trade it. So I didn't pay much at all. I paid only $1 or $2 for these. So snooze. First of all, Aaron in the US, he's been trying to send me this record for a long time now, but I had to pick this up as I traded in some records mainly for this one, and it was very inexpensive, but it doesn't play too well actually. It's quite worn. It looks better than it sounds. At least first side doesn't play very well. It has some crackles, and yeah, I'm collecting this artist, so I'm really a bit bothered by the sound quality on this, but it's on Polydor and I really want the original press on Stormy Forest. Hello! Hey! Hello, hello! My partner there and the cat came home. So I traded in, got this one. Aaron, I hope your copies, I believe you sent me 2 copies of this that I could Frankenstein together, you said. I hope they arrive sometimes, because I've really been wanting them, and it's so nice of you to send me that, because you know I collect Richie Havens, and actually he tried to send it to me before Richie Havens passed away. That was when before he passed away, I really started to get into him. He sent me these 2 copies, but the post office there messed it up, and if he has sent them again, I believe they are still missing in the post somewhere, because I haven't gotten them. Sadly, Aaron, I don't know, but I had to pick this up. It's not great sound quality at all, but just to have it in the meanwhile. If they don't arrive from the US, I will have to get another copy, because I cleaned this up and it plays, but yeah, a few crackles there. It's a Germany press on Polydor, but I really like the pressings on Stormy Forest there. They have the best sound quality. But that was Richie Havens' Alarm Clock. Of course, with his covers of Here Comes the Sun. You know I love my Richie Havens. I have like 6 or 7 albums now by him, and that live album I showed, and I really love it. I love his voice. To me, listening to Richie Havens, it's like spending time with a kind of a father figure or something. He comes with so much wisdom through his music and words. So really like the Richie Havens stuff. This one I had to get, as this is a reissue, a brand new reissue. Their second album, Le Orm, La Aura. I can't really pronounce that, but yeah. This is more the psychedelic period, but this is a reissue. It was half off, so good for me that I was training those crappy albums at that time, but this was still there. Great pressing, heavy pressing of this. So really great. AMS. Glad to have it. It's my first Lorm. I know John in the vinyl community is on the Facebook page really like Le Orm. They had more of a, prog sound, the classic Italian prog sound later on, but I really like this psychedelic period too, but I am going to get the prog stuff as well, the later stuff, because yeah, a friend of mine really likes them too and is nagging me about it. But they are good. Had to pick this up, did sing this many times, but never picked it up. This is of course Shakti with John McLaughlin, Natural Elements. This is from CBS 77. It's a cheap album, but great. It's John McLaughlin, and he does best plays guitar, but this is also the spiritual and the Indian stuff. Really need to get my hands on. Hey, cat. And I really need to get my hands on more of John McLaughlin's solo albums. His first ones, the one with the sitar or guitar lying on the carpet. Yeah, can't remember the names at the moment, weirdly enough, but really need to get my hands on those. They're not very common here in Sweden. Nowadays I don't buy anything off eBay or Swedish eBay. I don't want to pay too much for shipment and stuff, so really glad to add that to my collection. Really enjoy that. Didn't have a copy of Gemini Suit by Jon Lord. Picked up a bit worn, but yeah, still has the nice gatefold. It's on purple. Looks a bit, if you only see that part, it looks very homosexual in a cool way. But yeah, really loving this part. This is Jon Lord again, doing his great composing together with London Symphony Orchestra. Sounds great, the classical works. He was a genius, Jon Lord, and really enjoyed this one. I'm going to try to find all the stuff he has done, his solo stuff, and also the bands. I believe he played in another band, someone told me about it, before Deep Purple, that was a bit more psychedelic or so in the 60s. I need to get that too, but it's very expensive stuff. Took a chance on this one. I showed this on the Facebook page as well. Lena Ekman, Julspår. Very beautiful cover there. Really liking this cover. It's very Swedish looking. And I took a chance on this because it was so inexpensive, and yeah, I traded in some stuff. Because it is, as you can probably tell by the commercial, or how to say, of the records here. Yeah, it's on the Silence label. And this is a beautiful vinyl with a beautiful, beautiful label here. Look at that. They have such beautiful silence labels. So the same label that released the likes of Bo Hansson, Kebnekaise, Ragnarök, and all of that. And this was released in, it doesn't say on the vinyl, it was released in 77. And this is not the same type of prog as Kebnekaise or Bo Hansson or that, but it's still quite cozy. It's this little lady here, that's the backside, Liana. She is a very left-wing feminist lady. Sings in Swedish, kind of feminist songs. Not all of them are that. It's very politically, all of the lyrics, but it's quite a bit of folk music here and there as well. But lots of her and her playing guitar. So traditionally singer-songwriter with a bit of folk in it, but for me trading crappy records, for me quite crappy records, and for others too maybe, for this, and also getting another one on the silence label with a beautiful cover, cozy music to play in the evening time. It's quite nice. Never seen this before, never. And it was so inexpensive from the beginning. I don't believe I've shown these ones. Correct me if I have. You will see them again if so, and I don't think you will feel any pain by seeing these ones. Because this is reissues of Jimmy McGriff. This is Groovy Grease. Beautiful cover there. Beautiful with the afro. Really inexpensive reissues. This I got from Germany, I think. They have such great shipping. It's almost like ordering in Sweden. So great reissues. Don't have to pay as much as the original ones. It sounds brilliant. Of course, Jim McGriff was a great organ player. Funky shit. These two are very funky, and I love it. It's happy music for me, you know. It's like Bo Hansson with a more jazzier, funky sound. So really love this one. Also, I showed on CD I had found for 5 Swedish bucks, half a euro. I mean, I had found the CD at a place at a Christian second hand, but now I have the vinyl as well, the reissue of Electric Funk. So I have 3 records now, as I have Tail Gunner, a more almost disco but really cool fun record, but these are his best period for me. I will have to get some of his early jazz stuff too, but I really love this funky stuff with the organ. So I really can recommend these two. So these were new buys, very inexpensive buys. So that's all of my recent finds that was in messy stacks here in the living room. I will soon return with more recent finds and also some VCLT that I have gotten in later videos. I got a great package today from France and Belgium, and also, like I said, the contest prize for Vance's competition, so from Chicago. So really great. I have some incoming stuff as well that will arrive, I hope, in the next few weeks, but I haven't ordered lots of stuff now because I'm slowing down. We have a quite new car, and yeah, I have to pay for the stuff, the paint and stuff for my cottage, so yeah. One has to pay for other stuff than records. Sadly, that's life. But I will return soon. Take care everyone in the VC. Bye.